This is tutorial 40 group 2. My name is Edmund and my teammates are Christina, Grace Lang and Grace Kim, and we're going to discuss about Consumers Guarantees Act 1993. So what is a Consumers Guarantees Act or CGA? So imagine yourself as a buyer or a consumer of a product that you just bought. What if something goes wrong? Do you have the right to ask for a repair, replacement, or maybe even a full refund?
Consumer Guarantee Act is applied to the supply of goods and services which are supplied by businesses within New Zealand to consumers, and offers considerable rights and remedies in the case of faulty goods and inadequate services. This includes all kinds of personal property, including the software, animals, plant and minerals, whether they are new or second-hand goods. So, what's the consumer? The consumer is a person who acquires from supplier goods and services of a kind ordinarily acquires for personal, domestic, or household use or consumption. And also we should know the Consumer Guarantees Act doesn't apply if they're being purchased for resupply in trade, consumption in the course of production or manufacture, and repairing and treating in trade other goods or fixtures on land.
What guarantees are given to consumer? Firstly, reasonable care and skill. Sellers need to provide some responsibilities to consumers. Secondly, fitness for a particular purpose. Sellers provide service and will try their best to achieve the purpose that consumers want. Thirdly, time of completion. If seller complete a service without determining the time limit, it needs to be completed within a reasonable time. Finally, price. If the price is not determined, they will trade at a reasonable price. When consumers are unsatisfied with the goods or service, they can ask the replacement or refund. If the problem can be fixed or can be put in a reasonable time, consumer can reject the product and choose a replacement of the same type and same value, or they can have a full refund of purchase price. However, if consumer obtain goods or service which they wanted but they changed their mind, the consumer guarantees do not apply.
Contracting out of CGA is generally a breach of FTA. Contracting out means to make it not apply to you as if you have nothing to do with it. However, in some exceptions, it is possible to contract out of CGA. For example, first is the case that two parties agree that it does not apply. Secondly, it is dealing with another person or firms in trade. Lastly, along with two factors above stated, it must be done in writing like a contract or sales agreement. Ignoring the requirements of consumer guarantees can have dire consequences. Failing to recognize the application of consumer guarantees in terms of a contract can amount to misleading and deceptive conduct, which carries serious penalties and high reputational risk. If consumer law applies, provisions which exclude statutory warranties and guarantees will be void and unenforceable.
A practical consequence is not limited to consequences for not complying with the Consumers Guarantees Act, like some of you would have expected. However, when the Consumer Guarantees Act applies, businesses must take a certain actions to comply with the Act. For example, if a customer comes back to your store with a faulty product that they bought from you, you must be able to fix it or replace it if it's possible, or you must provide a full refund. Thus, it ensures that a customer is being protected or covered by Consumers Guarantees Act.